could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Yeah, and times are changing everywhere. Do we dream and do we dare? It's up to you. The door is open wide.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Hang on just 1 second. I gotta shut my speakers off. Okay, so we don't have any backlash. It's been a week, and I'm excited. New opening, new backgrounds. Excited. Get rolling. I hope everybody liked the video. I gotta fix the music a little bit. I changed the timer. I saw where that came up. That didn't show me that yesterday. Minor things. Minor things. Got kind of tired of the pink. I like pink, not that much. So changed that a little bit. So I wanted to do a tonight's show on focusing on big dreams. This was part of my big dream, as well as becoming a life mastery consultant. So let's get kicking off. I hope everybody's doing great today. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. And it's been a hot day here in Tennessee. Very hot. Heat index up to 100 the last couple of days. So we're feeling it now here in the South. All right. If you like and share, please use the hashtag Divine Reality as well. I would greatly appreciate it, and I am grateful for it. Okay. So focusing on your big dream. Wayne Dyer tells us a story in his book, The Power of Awakening. He shares the same story in a lot of his work, and because there was a lot that transpired out of the one thing that happened to him. But he tells how he was on a plane going to an event, and they experienced some turbulence. So what had happened was that they were, preparing the passengers for whatever could happen. One passenger in particular, he was so distraught and so upset because he focused on, we're going to crash and die. And he was talking about how comforting the crew was to assure him that everything was good, we're all going to be well, and so on. But Dyer admits that he never veered from just being calm and cool and collective, because he realized at that point that if you're truly awake, then death is not to be feared. So he goes on and talks about how why does a brush with death, or why does it take a brush for death for people to learn that we got to make the most out of each and every day. Dyer then goes on to say that instead of the old saying, today is the first day of the rest of your life, look at it as today's the last day of your life, and let's make the best of it. So, because you're going to act like that you have no more time. There's two definite things that we know, and that was the day we were born, and that we're going to expire. We don't know when, because time between the two things, that's not relevant to us. The past is over, the future's never promised, so we have to start living in the now. John Quincy Adams, who was our 6th president of the United States, he wrote a letter to a friend of his describing himself just a few days before he passed away. And it said, and you have to understand where we're coming from with the times, and it said, John Quincy Adams is well, but the house in which he lives at the present time is becoming dilapidated. It's tattered on its foundations. Time and seasons have nearly destroyed it. Its roof is pretty well worn out. Its walls are very shattered and tremble with every word. I think John Quincy Adams will have to move out of it soon. Be himself, it is quite well, thank you. So he was good with that. He was good with dying. And there again, it was written just a few days before he passed away. We have to understand that we're not the houses that our bodies that we're currently in. That's our body. We're not our bodies. We're more than that. And our bodies change forms time and time and time. And what we actually are is what we're thinking about and how we process our world. We fear what we don't face, and what we don't face usually controls us. You and your thoughts, you are your thoughts, and they never die. They just start transforming, and hopefully from negative to positive, from negative to positive, I should say. There's no beginning or end, and there's actually no cause and effect because time is just an illusion while we're here on this human form. So we face our fears and we decide what's the very thing that we would love. And when you do that, you're probably sitting there sitting doubting yourself. Yeah, I never see my dream fulfilled. I never see the things that I want happening. That's not so. Because dreaming is the greatest way of achieving another level of consciousness. Excuse me. When you dream, you go to another world, so another realm, and in your dreams you can do anything. You're able, to create whatever it is that you need or you desire, and all this is done through your thoughts. I've explained in previous videos that you have to get a clear, sharp image of what you would dream of, and because if you can't think it, then you're unable to get that image, then you can't manifest. That's why a lot of times they say write it down because usually when you write, you can go back and read it and then you go, oh, I want, if you say, I'd like a new car. Well, you might want a burgundy car or a blue car or, I don't know, red, candy apple red. Whatever it is that you desire, you have to, keep doing that. In The Power of Awakening, also Dyer explains the levels of consciousness. And he uses the example of a ladder, which the first rung which is the bottom rung. It's your dreamy consciousness, where you kind of that realm sleep. The next rung is our waking consciousness, what we actually bring forth and do with. And then the third one, he actually calls a question mark because it's beyond their waking consciousness. And the difference between your dream consciousness level and your waking conscious level is that you have to wake up to know, and being wake is woke. Oh, so you've got to wake up. You've got to see that you're more than just that house that the body is. You have to wake up and know that what you've been doing all along is kind of an illusion itself. And then Dyer says that the question mark level of consciousness is what's possible for us at a higher level. So we don't know because some of us never reach that level because we don't want to put that much time and effort into it. And so, but it's what we're living. It's a higher level than you're living in the now right now. I don't know what a lot of people dream for. You keep dreaming, continuously dream, but you meet one dream, you want another dream. Highly spiritual humans, they clearly see the illusion. They see past the now. They see past the past. They see past. They don't. They still don't live in the future. As I said before, you kind of right. It's like ordering your food in a restaurant. You order it, you're going to get it. May not be in a timely manner, but you're going to get it. It's in a divine manner, though. The infinite. It's an infinite timing, divine timing. The infinite says when you are going to completely manifest it, not us as humans. The highly spiritual humans, those people help us along the way, though. And they try to help us see what people have done for me. That's what I'm trying to start doing for you with these podcasts, with our coaching business, that we can give you the tools. It's entirely up to you, though, to invest in yourself and choose to do that. It is a discipline and it's a transformation. You're leaving that old life behind you and you're going to have a happy, more heart centered, fulfilling life. I can promise. I'm living proof of it. So, did you know that you can also create anything that you need? And whatever level you're on right now, you're created it. If you've created a partner that you fight with every day, day in and day out, you created it. If you created very little money in the bank and bills continuing to come to your house, you created it. And that one is kind of riding the fence there. But say you lost your glasses, can't find your keys, you created it. We create everything um, on this level that operates. That's a little deep, and I really didn't get into that because it's very methodical, and that's why I gave you the book, which is Wayne Dyer's The Power of Awakening. That's where this information came from. I did write it in my own words, but it you would really have to break it down. And Dyer writes books that like you read a chapter a day, and then you think about them. And I like that because it does. I mean, you're not overloading your mind. You still go through your daily routine, but you're getting something. Um, let's get back to this. Though. The state of a waking dream, it realizes that there's nothing to limit us to the things that we dream of. So when you create a dream, the possibilities are endless. And I said that you're the author of your dreams. So it can be whatever or as you want to dream big. It's almost like a challenge game type thing. Let's see how big I can dream. Dream it. Think about it. Live it. You choose to create it. You can make your dreams as fulfilling and as possibly satisfying as you choose. You change your thoughts, you be creative, and you'll see your dreams are possible. You got to put that vibration in, and the thoughts are the ultimate vibrations in our universe. So they're infinite. Your vibrations are infinite. Everything's a vibration. Everything is energy. Everything's moving. So my hand is green. um, everything is moving all at one time. My hand's moving. My hand is nothing but energy. That's all we are, energy. So the vibrations are also moving, and you want to keep those vibrations high in order to achieve that 500 frequency, which is the level of love. And that's where things really start to happen. And you have to understand that whatever you dream, it's available because the law of the supply says that there is more in this universe than we can ever imagine. And it's an infinite supply. If you have a hard time of actually dreaming, to use the visualization technique, visualization is a wonderful technique because you're allowed to create the dream then. Let's just think back. And creative vision requires you to engage your imagination. So that that is a endless possibilities in that alone. And you're meant to dream of the impossible. If you want a pink elephant, dream it. How it comes to you, I can't tell you. There's two forms of the imagination, synthetic and creative. So your synthetic imagination, that's usually on your facts, plans, concepts, and ideas. Um, as far as uh well, I'll get in a minute. I'm gonna use you an example. Thomas Edison. Edison only had 3 months of formal education. 3 months. So this shows that synthetic is not based on your education. But what he did, he created the light bulb. Now he failed 10,000 times plus, But he began to take synthetic stuff that he understood in his synthetic imagination, because there had actually been forms of light created before. But the thing was, Edison decided to put the wire in. That's where that all kind of stems from. So that's how come he gets the notoriety and the credit for it. But he started using his creative imagination. And when it failed, he would learn something from every failure, because it didn't work this time, but let's try this time. And it was a cause effect. I mean, not a cause and effect, but a hit and miss type thing, where trial and error. That's what I was looking for. And with him and his field of experts and his faith, everything you do has got to have faith in it. That light bulb was born, and the ones we still use today. Somebody else took that dream and then they built off on another dream. And that's how we've created the LEDs and everything else to enhance our lighting situation. Napoleon Hill, I'm going to get my notes here because I kind of screwed up when I was writing them. Napoleon Hill says that your creative imagination is based in your subconsciousness. It's there. It is there that you recognize how new ideas. So that's in your creative imagination. But Hill goes on to say that your imagination is responsible for all creative effort. New ideas are assembled in that um, right here in your creative imagination. And you've got to allow your reason to control its activities carefully. Keep your workshop, your mind, your imagination workshop, as he called it, focused on things related to your definite major purpose. So with whatever you're dreaming, there's, especially if it's job related, you have a dream job that you want, and there's a purpose that you want that job, whether it's income, notoriety, titles, whatever it is that you've looked at for your dream. Um, there's definitely a major purpose in that, and it's an invaluable tool for your progress in order to reach your success. So nothing happens in your law. I'm sorry. Your vision is a creative vision, and it's more than an interest in your material things, though. Creative vision also lets you make decisions in an instant if you've realized that you've made a mistake. It makes you aware of the piece of personal achievement because you know of its labor. So you know how much you put into something because that's a personal investment, and you know how hard you've worked on something. So yeah, your creative vision, that's helped you along that way. And you know the benefits of sharing the experience. And I'm sure there were others that probably helped, especially if it was a project or some kind of opportunity or blessing. You want to share that with others. Nothing's gonna happen in nothing's gonna happen in your life if you don't inspire it by your own initiatives. You all this kind of falls on the shoulders of you. It's your investment. It's your choice. Everything is a choice. You get to choose your life. But you have to believe that you deserve it. See yourself living it. You got to see yourself living that dream. Because possession of anything that takes up place mentally first, and that's also by your imagination. And most importantly, you want to build a PMA. Didn't know you had one of those, did you? You do, somewhere hidden is a positive mental attitude, PMA. And it allows you to build on hope, and it gives you the mental power, the feeling of confidence to take the action to do anything, be anything, and create and achieve anything that you choose. Because the power of a positive mental attitude is the part of you that's the I can or I will attribute that activates the catalyst to achieve success and purpose. So that is the main thing that you want to look at. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But always remember, you have to put that down on paper. I've always said get those journals out. Journals are great. Journaling is a great place to write down your dreams. And when you start them out, I always write, I'm happy and grateful that. For some reason that has power to it. But you got to feel it while you're given senses. And when you write it with a creative imagination. Write it with the five senses. Maya Angelou wrote like that. What is it? Where the cage bird sings or whatever. I love that book. Um, may have the title wrong, but it. She writes about a piece of cake, and I mean, you literally can see, smell, taste, and that piece of cake because of the way she described the cake, the icing, everything. Awesome book, awesome writer, awesome woman. Um, so you have to feel yourself in that. Put yourself in that mindset that I asked for it, I'm receiving it, and I believe it, or I believe it and I'm receiving it. However you want to, you back that up backwards, you might not get it. So right now, all I got for you is an affirmation, and I'm not gonna bring out just an affirmation. I bought affirmation cards a while back to give as gratitude gifts when people liked and shared my site, and nobody ever sent me an address. So I'm just gonna shake them up as a deck of cards because I think any affirmation for a day is greater than no affirmation. So I'm just shaking them up, see what comes out. Something falls out, I've got it. And the one that fell out, it says, I release my negative thought patterns to make room for who I am really meant to be. There you go. Proof in the pudding. And on the back, there's inspiring messages. And this one says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs said that. And I think that's pretty poignant right here and right now because having said that, uh, you're not living somebody else's dream, you're going to live your own. How great is that? Okay, guys, I hope you like and share. Hashtag Divine Reality LLC. Facebook loves that. I love that. I'm very grateful for any time you share me and watch me, even if it's on the replay. Hope you like the backgrounds. Comment. If you're over on YouTube, I'd love it if you subscribed, liked, and shared my video. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. You guys have a great night.